If you have never listened to something in your life, aggressively and passionately listen to me right now. Because you are alive by design. You have your own fingerprint and your own DNA, and you are so special. And the moment that you understand that your design, your journey begins. And your future awaits. The stage is set, and it's time to rock and roll. So let's get ready to rumble. You are walking into an arena, pioneers, and you must be ready to work, to battle. There can be no weakness in you, no excuses, because the application and how you apply it will determine your outcome, the outcome of your success. We're in a generation where we want everything to be now, fast, and exactly the way we want it. One of the hardest truths about life is that success, it takes hard work. It takes dedication, due diligence, blood, sweat, and tears. It takes time, and we're only mortal physically. So we only have so much time to get this done. You cannot mess around and play games with your future self. You've got to plant seeds right now, today, that your future self can eat from, that can thank you for. Can I get a hello? So what are you made of? What are you prepared to do? Will you finish what you started? Or will you make excuses and quit? What's it gonna take? The truth of the matter is that greatness takes time and hard work, and success takes time and hard work, and you gotta put in that work and live every day in the process of your craft and skill that you're developing to get you to your outcome. And my challenge for this generation, this current culture we're living in, is stop trying to rush everything. Life is vapor. You are mortal, physically, but spiritually you can never be destroyed. See, energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only be transformed. So transmutate your life, your physical reality, yourself, into what you want to be. You don't have no time to waste. There is no easy button. An easy button? That's not the way to go. You can't get stronger and wiser and better hitting an easy button. You can't get faster hitting an easy button. You can't be the best makeup of yourself hitting an easy button. We want everything the easy way, the quick way. And if it doesn't come quick and in a hurry, we'll abandon it and give up. Easy don't pay your bills. What are you talking about? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna lay down and quit, make excuses, hit the easy button? Or are you gonna work hard and put in the work and be the best makeup of yourself? Are you gonna plant seeds that your future self can eat from and thank you for? Or are you just gonna give up? Because if you're not where you wanna be mentally, emotionally, physically, relationship-wise, financial-wise, 10 times out of 10, it is because you have sat on your fucking ass in a place that is called convenience. And if our dreams aren't accomplished in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and if we can't plant an apple tree today and start eating apples tomorrow, I just want to quit. I need you to give me 1,000% every single day, pioneers. Be hungry, stay hungry. Even if you can't finish your plate, boy, girl, you better make another one. It takes time, it takes practice, it takes failure and mistakes. It takes getting up and brushing your shoulders off and trying it again, standing 10 toes down, head held high, and chest poked out. It takes coming in clutch and closing in them final moments of the championship game. It takes people walking out and not believing in you, overlooking and belittling you. It takes time to get to your success, hard work. You gotta put in the work. There's no such thing as an overnight celebrity. There's no such thing as just you got lucky. No, you gotta put in the work. And the hard truth about life is, it's gonna take time, which means you can't waste shit. We all got shit we're going through. We all dealing with shit. We all got shit. Don't waste your time. If it means you gotta slow down, then it means appreciate the way you are, who you are, what you already have, who you already are, while you're working on being who you're gonna be. But the problem is, most of us got fooled. We were sold a dream when we are the dream. Can I get a hello? Most of us were fooled and got lazy somewhere along the line, believing in somebody else's groupthink, in a savior. We lost our motivation, our optimism. We lost all sight of who we truly are. We got lazy. We lost hope. We lost our hunger. I'm here to tell you, stay hungry, pioneers. I'm never full. I got too much to accomplish to be satisfied with where I am right now today. I can always be better. I have too many people that depend on me. I must win. I must be hungry. I can't quit, can't stop, won't stop, gotta get it. There are so many people right now that don't understand their own significance and what it takes to be their best self, to put in the work. You can't just play around and pretend with your future self and just sit here in this convenience, lack mindset and be someone you're not. Because when it comes to this work and this business, the title is show up and show out. Show up and be ready to work or go home. Show up ready to dig, ready to push. Show up ready to run hard and give it your all. You did not come here to hold yourself back, and you did not come here to play the game. You came here to change it. Can I get a hello? Now be the change that you want to see in the world one day, right now, today. I'm sending you all much love and high vibrations out to wherever you are in the matrix and galaxy right now. And I certainly hope you're all doing well. I hope you enjoyed this message that we started off with today, because I have a lot of new people joining in from True Social and MeWe, from Twitter and other platforms that we've been uploading this artwork that we do here as our channel grows here and our community grows here. I just wanted to give you all a little bit of me again, you know, to be my true one authentic self, my best self, one in touch with my higher self that's always watching down on me. And we're doing a lot of work in the background on some things that I'm wanting to start giving back to you all. And I'm looking forward to this artwork that we're doing here, especially as I get to provide you a deeper side of me, because it's all about you, pioneers. I've never cared about myself in a way to where I wanted to win and be the only one to win. I always wanted to be at the top with all my friends, family, and loved ones there with me. And all my pioneers and divergence and glitches in this matrix, you're my family too, so I'm sending you high vibrations and much love, so take that and take that. All you that are new to the community, my arms are wide open and I'm embracing you to this community. And I know most of you are coming to this community because of the esoteric knowledge and content we provide here around cryptocurrency, life, etc. And a lot of you are just interested in investing. But that's not exactly what this channel is all about. That's really just the cream of the crop, the icing on the cake. You know, this channel is really about a gut checking and tough love and red pill, knowledge, truth, gnosis, wisdom based channel. I do a lot of research around the work that I provide, and it all comes from the heart space and from a heart brain coherence place, sending you my truth and documenting my journey. And all I ask is, don't believe it as your truth. This is my truth, and you do your own due diligence and come to your own conclusions. I just ask that you trust the feelings and vibrations that manifest within inside your body, and then act accordingly after viewing this work, and then find your truth in this work. If you have to say something that you truly mean here, just don't say it mean, but you're welcome to comment. We don't need trolls. We need to get away from that tribalistic mindset and move into our heart space and into love and abundance. But I try to back my teachings here at the Pioneer Academy and University at the Daily Candle Close News with some facts, figures, numbers, logic. We like to do things in the eso and exoteric kind of way, using numerology and gematria to help us understand, so we can upperstand, so we can understand this woke culture that we live in, that is nothing more than a linguistically sanctioned and reinforced hallucination. We like to use astrology and pi, the periodic table of elements, and a lot of undeniable, irrefutable things. And most importantly, we like to just use our common sense when approaching any and everything in life, whether it's these markets or the news, etc. We like to stay true to who we are and ourselves. That's the most important thing. Our mindset is the most important asset we have. So when it comes to investing is when you have sat down and made a plan and a strategy and a blueprint of how you're actually going to attack and go about these markets and your investments with your strategy and your portfolio for the long term. This is not a 2 week or a 3-week, a 3-month process to make bill payments, etc. Rich is a mindset. Realizing I create happiness is all rich stands for. And if you want to become an investor, it's being the counter of what everyone thinks being an investor is. People think that everyone that's here to be an investor is here to make money. And it's actually not the truth. I'm not here to make money. I'm here to save and keep the hard-earned money that I've already made safe. And that's the true mindset of an investor versus a trader or a market participant. Is protecting your purchasing power from being lost over amount of time due to the corruption and the system of the private Western central bankers that's been established since 1913. This fractional reserve banking system where they infinitely print Federal Reserve notes, which is just a piece of paper that people put their faith and belief into, that gives it the only value it has. So they print it out of thin air into infinity and beyond, and then it damages the spending power and purchasing ability of the people, of you. While they're hit with hyperinflation, that is another tax. It's just never ending, death by 1,000 cuts. And that's exactly what investing is about, is saving yourself and your cash flow that you spent your time on. It's not about quitting your job or getting rich. There's a big difference between getting rich and becoming wealthy. You see, what you need to know is you're already rich, you're already wealthy. It's a mindset. And if you don't ever obtain that mindset, then you'll never actually be able to be who you truly already are. And that's rich and wealthy. And that's the biggest key. Go ask any wealthy person that you see in life, any of these wizards, lizards from Wall Street. You're a wizard, Harry. But go ask any one of these lizards from Wall Street, like, I don't know, Ray Dalio or, Warren Buffett, for instance. And they'll tell you, verbatim, it's those who sell that become rich. But it's those who never sell that become wealthy. It's the accumulation mindset while investing that really determines who the true investors versus the traders are, or market participants, unsophisticated leverage traders. It's obvious that if you strategize effectively and have the patience and the control and wisdom to withstand any big shakeouts like we've seen over the last 6 months, then you're able to be neutral with your long-term approach to this market. And you're not worshiping the blockchain, the slavery system that they're pushing humanity into. And we'll share that with you all. We know what this is. We know the 11, 11, 11. The exoteric signs are on numerology and gematria, giving us the 33, tying us into some of our favorite pals. Okay, giving us the 666 right here, pushing us into the blockchain. Okay, the 666, a more socialist and globalist financial system that they can track, trace, and tag your every financial move. Eternal poverty if you don't escape this system. We already know this. We know what's coming. The transhumanist agenda. And we know on the world stage going around for the last 2 years, I spelled that wrong. But we're getting that amazing connection to the 666 and what we've seen passed around for quite some time. So, we're all moving to a digital. We're talking and we're seeing evidence of chips being in some of these things. Believe it or not, whatever. I'm not here to argue or whatever. We just see things. It's all making sense by the code. So I'm just saying, we are seeing Lucifer implement his artificial realm on top of this organic realm that we live in. So something we've been preparing you all is this Mark of the Beast transhumanist agenda that we've been witnessing manifest itself on the world stage. Something we've been warned about in the scripture for over 400 years. So it's amazing if you have the sight to see what's truly going on the world stage and not blinded by the distractions of Will slapping Chris or Johnny and Amber. You see, they gave us these things because something bigger is coming. Remember that. And when we pay attention to what's actually happening and manifesting itself on the world stage, it's pretty amazing. So let's just keep this mindset of staying calm, cool, collective, and kosher, because we're going to share with you what we know is going on here. Okay? So for 6 months this year, we've been on this educational, uplifting vibe for you all here. Go back, do your due diligence, and view a video from 6 months ago, and you can still learn something. And the greatest thing about my work here is I document all my mistakes. It's out there for you to learn from. Bash me if you want to, that's cool. But it's literally all there to help you grow. I grow from it. All my mistakes are my greatest successes and achievements in life because I evolved from them. So it's very important that we pay attention to the things and mindset that we're teaching here and work on it on a day-to-day basis. So, as we look at this Mercury in retrograde time period chart that we've talked about recently, we see, I know you've all thought that I was crazy and, astrology didn't really mean anything in these markets. But, for quite some time, a year plus now, we've had these time periods talked about and retesting this trend line for the 4th time over the last year and playing around with it for the last 3 weeks. And bursting through it as we get ready to exit out of Mercury stationed in retrograde. it's amazing to watch this play out by the code around a new moon, around the 22nd week of the year, in the 22nd year of the, century. So very important. We saw this Mercury stationed in retrograde give us a pump. This one as well. This one was a little choppy, leading to a pump that eventually led back down to this trend line that we're, possibly going to retest again. So let's pay attention. This time coming out of May, a double eclipse period, and where we're at today, coming out of a double eclipse period, showing a lot of resemblance. They sell off into May, walk away. Nobody ever talks and shares the other important saying of this saying, which is, but remember to always return in September, and may September shine like gold come December. So September shining like gold once we got to December. So very important. It all makes sense. Sell in May, walk away. Remember to return in September, November, October. So we're seeing our top. But come December, may September shine like gold in December. So, Baba who? I share with you the truth. I'm not going to tell you the end of the saying and not share with you the first two parts of it. Okay? So, by true market analysis that's been utilized in the stock markets for years, just remember saying, don't panic right here. We're possibly just going to find structure right here in a spring bottom and a possible C phase leading into a D and an E in Wyckoff reaccumulation, something we've shared with you all here multiple times. I'm very famous on trusting these market OGs like Richard Wyckoff. So I suggest going do your research if you're new here, and Richard Wyckoff and the Wyckoff accumulation and distribution schematic is new to you. So all these Mercury stationed in retrograde time periods were very true, either bullish or, boring and leading to a pump. So, have these very dull periods. This is kind of, dull, not as obviously bullish and grandiose as some of these others, but still up about 27% right here. So not surprising. So either a bullish breakout, or sideways, choppy, boring, leading to a breakout. So that might be what we're doing again. And I've pulled this time period from right here where we saw an obvious bull trap come in the cards that led to a bear trap that shot straight up. So I don't really like to do this because it's plagiarism, but and copy and paste. But as you can tell, I just pulled it from right here. And if we just pull it over from right here and try and just match this right here to our lows, you can see how we could possibly come out to this potentially 35, this 38, maybe just that 33 esoteric, level, with a lot of work that we've done here on the daily candle close news, putting a lot of emphasis around the work we've done around this 33K. So maybe we get a rejection from that 33K to come back down and refill this wick right here. Okay, this wick. So very important. We could get a bull trap and come back down and retest this trend line some more. We know this is the trend line we've shared with you all again for quite some time. We've always seen a bounce off this trend line, average of 38%. We'll talk about that. So this could be a potential, something I'm sharing with you all right here. This could be a potential, a bear pennant, okay, or a bearish divergence. That's not how I want to say that. It could be either a bearish pennant or a it really doesn't matter. It'll come to my mind in a second. But either way, as we go back to look at the price charts and we see this breaking down, holding support of this trend line before breaking back up, this is following the trend which we were following going back in time. We knew we were destined to get a bounce, okay, in structure, something we've seen 2, 3, 4, 5 plus times now, okay. an average of 38% up when we do the true math from the true average, moves to the upside. We're averaging 38%, and that's not surprising to us here because we know we're in the Shemitah year, and Shemitah is giving us that 38. So to see an average bounce of 38% off of this trend line for the last year, not surprising. Very important to see this playing out. We could see a potential 38% bounce plus or minus right here. So we'll pay attention to this. We knew this was coming in. The RSI was performing a potential bullish divergence. So very important. How far could this possibly take us up before we get a possible rejection and bear trap or bull trap, and the bulls get punished to the downside? I'm not so adamant on this being the bottom just yet. We know, again, the bullish divergence is playing in the cards, though. We get a low, lower low, which is a higher low to this low. So a low, higher low, and we're continuing to break above this median of the RSI. We don't tend to get bullish until we break above this 55, this 56 range for the RSI. Again, tying us back into Satoshi Nakamoto, the creator of Bitcoin. So when we start to break that 55 on the RSI, that's when we tend to start getting bullish here for Satoshi Nakamoto and Bitcoin, the creator, on the RSI. We'll pay attention to that. We know that's that 51 that we're at right now on the RSI is tying us back to the moon. So very important. We're coming out of yesterday, Moon Day. Okay, Monday, the day of the moon. So it was a new moon yesterday. So very important. Seeing the RSI at 51 for Bitcoin right now, it's not surprising to me because yesterday again was Moon Day, the day of the moon, giving us that 51. So very eso and exoteric as to why we see this setting where it's at right now. Bitcoin closed the day up 0.77% in the 7-year sabbatical cycle. So very important. So 7.75%. 7 for the 7-year sabbatical cycle, 75 for the the 75 we get in cryptocurrency 75. So very important, just very eso and exoteric. Just want to make these connections. So to see this Mercury station retrograde time period playing out very similar to the ones before, it's amazing. If we were to see this go up about 38% from this bounce, it would take us to around roughly 35K, So very important. If we were to go from right here and this would just bottom and go up 38%, would be right there around 39, 38K. So very important. Right there around the May 5th, Satoshi Nakamoto equals 55.55. Okay, so very important. That's when we really sold off. This is coming out of Satoshi Nakamoto's 47th birthday. So very important. So let's pay attention to this 33K though. That could be a very eso and exoteric range that we could get stopped out at. Let's view this on the 1 hour time frame for a minute, because so far all day today we pumped to a high of $32,200 roughly. So the 322 tying us into our homeboys and lizard pals, the Brotherhood of Death, Order 322, getting stopped out on most of the charts for Bitcoin at 32,200. Yet again, another connection. How can I continue to make these important connections all year long and nobody wants to take advantage with the money they can make by longing or shorting or etc. in the markets at 26, 28K where we were just at, and now we're at 32 in the year of the Shemitah? Let us pray. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. They don't want to learn. They must love being broke. We're only trying to help. Rich is just a mindset. Yeah, but you can take care of your families by learning how to trade and taking advantage of these markets by viewing the world through the eyes of the elite. Big things are coming for the Daily Candle Close News, and it's going to be exciting. We're giving out so much for free to help you. That should attract you to want to go full force and become a divergent and glitch in this matrix and change your physical life and reality by taking an idea and turning it into a physical thing. All you got to do is enroll and be a student and a pioneer in the university and academy here at the Daily Candle Close News. So let's get back to the video. Alright, so getting stopped out at that 322, not surprising. We know why that's important. 32,200. Let's see how high this bounce continues to come in for Bitcoin. We know we were destined for a bounce with the RSI, on May 22nd. The 22nd, 23rd usually gives us a market reset. This RSI on the 1 hour time frame was completely oversold, and look at where we're at recently. So not surprisingly, yesterday, boom. We're going to come back and retest this lower area, hopefully set a higher low. So the 22nd, 23rd typically gives us a market reset. Why? Reset gives us that 22. So pay attention to the 22nd of every month. We teach this here. Okay, 22, reset. Alright, so very important. Undeniable. We're in the 2022 year, in the Jewish Hebrew New Year of 5782. Why do we see a reset on the 21st, 22nd of every month? Breaking out of this, what do we call it? Oh, we're on the 1 hour still. Just breaking out of this, what do we call it? We don't care. A bearish pennant, or whatever. Possible breakdown to around 22K. A possible breakup where we're at now to 33K or possibly 38. Maybe as high as 42, 44K. Very important levels that we could possibly break up to. So we'll have to see which way this breaks out. This is how I'm playing this, as a potential a bear pennant pattern. Alright? Or, there's another one I'm thinking of that I don't have pulled up, that I should have pulled it up. But anyways, we'll see what happens for this lower range right here as well. So seeing this energy come in yesterday on May 30th, the new moon, is not surprising, because we teach here that a window of energy 3 to 5 days before on or 3 to 5 days after our new moon can tend to be bullish as well. So we'll have to continue to see how this plays out by the lunar cycle, but to see it continue to play out month after month, both cycles, it's very bullish. So again, getting that new moon today or yesterday, seeing this energy come in, let's start paying attention to see what happens moving forward. So we knew we needed to break above this 31,400 range, this 3.14 pi, the mathematical constant. We got to break above that, and we're closing all 3 dailies so far above it. So we're starting today, the new candle for tomorrow, above it. So very important. Let's pay attention to this potential, bear trap or bull trap that punishes the bulls back down to eat these wicks back up into this trading range, just like back here. We could see some narrative like aliens are real, or some nonsense on the world stage around here. As a matter of fact, they're out here already telling the masses and the minds out here any and everything. Okay, we see China and Taiwan. China is sending 30 airplanes and warplanes in the Taiwan air defense zone. So, they're steady bringing in the heat with the nonsense, minutia, and monotony. Toto, we ain't in Kansas no more. Okay? So let's pay attention to any narrative that can bring us breaking back down to retest this trend line, to fall above and see how we react against it if we were to. So could this be a bull trap into a breakdown to around 22K? Okay, maybe the 222 area in the 2022 year. So, very important. Retesting this area back here. So very important. We know this is December highs of 2020, leading into January highs. That was obviously a very overheated area before a pullback. we've got a lot to talk about. So a lot to wait and see how it plays out. Let's not get excited about this move to the upside just yet, okay? So very important, especially not seeing as how we're getting stopped out at 32,200, the 322. Okay, that's not surprising at all. So this could be the potential bottom of the spring, and that would then show me signs of, on this volume indicator in the future where we could see a massive spike break out above this, previous sell volume we saw on May 12th. Comparing that to the dollar currency index where we saw on May 12th and 13th, where we're getting a high for the dollar on the RSI and on the price charts as well, it's not surprising. So on May 12th for cryptocurrencies, we were hitting our first low in the charts. So we could obviously call this our possible microstructure bottom, but we're not going to solidify that just yet. Okay? So very important. One thing we've discussed lately in an experimental video was, of course, discussing that the trend is our friend, but we were discussing this root chakra and sacral chakra and solar plexus chakra, and that's very important. We know that these are all aligned to our body, so we're going to pull up the first three. And something we talked about was when we started to see this root chakra start to cross into our second chakra, in our sacral chakra, the orange. So when we start to get our red crossing into the orange, passing through into our solar plexus chakra, it's very important when we understand the deeper meanings behind these connections. So as we start to see these price charts and these chakras start to merge and flip one another towards the downside, we tend to possibly see from our research that we've shared in the past and the just quick short experimental research, we see that we tend to see our structure bottom has already came in when we tend to get this flip and we start to see this bullish energy. So seeing this root chakra smashing into our sacral chakra past our solar plexus is something that we're paying attention to. We're smashing into our solar plexus. And anyway, this is the source of personal power, confidence, and self-worth. So we should be feeling excited and self-worth right now. And we should gain our power back is how we should be feeling. We're past that, that sex duality consciousness level and that emotion level, and we're a little bit past that creativity level, but that's the one thing we need to maintain from our second level, But we're staying grounded still and persistent, and we're releasing anger and negativity. So as we get ready to hopefully smash into our heart chakra, then that's going to bring us hopefully joy and bliss. As we get ready to continue to see this breakdown, how much can that affect the price chart moving forward? So the red crossing the orange into the yellow, or the source of personal power, confidence, and self-worth, where it lies, then it's very esoteric, and it should be brightening to you as we start to see these cross and see our potential, our bottom possibly coming in. We're more open to giving and receiving, hopefully receiving bullish price action. So all this is, just something I want to continue to share with you all. When we start to see these chakras start to get down here, let's pay attention. When we start to see this possibly get here, could that bring us up to 47K again, where we saw 47K right before Satoshi Nakamoto's 47th birthday, where we already saw a clear bull trap from, We'll have to continue to see. I'm not sure, but it's something I want to continue to just share emphasis with, because these chakras, nobody else is going to tell you this. So I'm here to tell it. Heaven is originally a code for the 7th chakra, your master power center. Ladies and gentlemen, can I get a hello? Nobody's going to tell you this, so I'm here to tell you this. It brings you awareness, that seventh chakra, enlightenment, bliss. And once it's activated, and hell is originally a code for the first chakra, and once you know that and your seventh chakra is activated, you're able to move past that root base chakra, which is the serpent, aka the kundalini life force. That's where it resides. You're then able to allow that kundalini to rise again. And when it's aroused, the energy is so scorching hot, and flashing of light may appear all throughout your body. Energies, goosebumps, thoughts you may never have even imagined might come to your mind. That is the bringer of light, aka Jesus, Lucifer, rushing through your veins and your body, through all 7 of your chakras. And this fiery serpent, the kundalini, will then ascend up your spine into heaven, the castle in the sky. Okay, the 7th heaven, alright? Heaven causing one of these second comings when it reaches heaven. And that's familiar to the 144,000 nadis of human soul that are saved. And that all ties into the individual that is born again with eternal life. Some of you may be familiar with this if you read the Bible or other scriptures, aka Jesus, who prophesied for 33 years, who had 12 disciples. Well, don't you have 12 disciples and 12 cranial nerves as well, matching 12 zodiacs? Don't you have this spiritual knowledge and awakening as well? Weren't you made in the image of the Elohim? Genesis 1:26-27. You are this fictitious character that they speak about, this Jesus. You do have the 144,000 in your body, the nadis. You are the one who saved the Jews from the 12 tribes. You are this fictitious character, this ancient character. The kundalini resides within each and every one of us, pioneers. And it's time to rise. We are built in the image of the Elohim. We are made up of elements, and it's time to unlock our third eye. The 144,000 nadis in the human soul gives birth and then allows you to be reborn. It's all about ascending to that higher mindset and that high consciousness, high vibration. It's time to raise the frequency and raise the vibrations, pioneers. You can either be Jesus or Lucifer down here. Can I get a hello? So, work on you. Back into the price charts. Very important. Alright, we know it's all about the 7s and the 7-year sabbatical cycle. We know coming from our February 12th or 24th low to our recent low on the 12th of May, 77 days. So very important. We see this low in this time period to where we started to break out was 18 days. We're in the Shemitah cycle, giving us 18. So very important. Something I wanted to talk about are some obvious liquidity ranges that we can talk about. Something I've had pulled up for you all. If I can find these clear out zones, liquidity ranges, we're going to call bull traps and bear traps. Okay, so let's get there. Alright, let's find out where it's at. Clear out zones. Boom. So something I wanted to talk about was, just a quick second here. These obvious liquidity clear out ranges and zones that we see right here, that we see for, Bitcoin, etc. Okay, they're liquidity clear out ranges, and I've got them pulled up and drawn up for you all in a little quick example, and then my version of some on the price charts that I'm looking at. And so, excuse me, let me get a drink of water. So I call these bear traps and bull traps, obviously, and understanding that the price action takes takes place in a range, a top of the range and a bottom of the range. We, have the middle of the range as well. And we get a move towards the top and we get a breakout. We're looking for a potential long wick theory where a false breakout comes in, a potential move that punishes the bulls to the downside, where we get a break to the downside and a punishment to the upside, some sort of retest of support and a break back up towards the top of our range. Okay, the liquidity clear out range. Cleared out up here, cleared out down here. We get back up down to this clear trading range down here, and we get a bear trap, and they get punished all the way up to the top. The bulls get punished all the way back down to the bottom. We finally make it past our previous range into this trading range right here. A bull trap that led to punishment for the bulls into a bear trap. So by paying attention to these levels, it's how we can clearly see make or break levels. Usually we want to see our previous top side level broken. It has to get broken for us to have a clear move to the upside, for our next level to be hit. So when viewing this with what I've been showing you on this chart right here, is this is where buying breakouts get tricky. Okay, you have to trade these breakouts with the mindset of, hey, we're already up in Bitcoin, the most volatile asset ever, roughly 27-28% in the year of Jupiter. What could this possibly be? Could this be a possible de-risking opportunity? That's for you to do your own due diligence. But we could see these fake outs send us into an opposite direction, causing panic, fear, emotion, etc. So having a target high we can break out to, or a retest, or a possible target low is, again, a bearish pennant, bearish divergence, or falling symmetrical triangle, whatever you want to call whatever this is. It doesn't really matter. It's about taking action depending on the future movement of price. Okay, this is all about the whales possibly tricking retail in a opposite direction. Okay, many retail traders use obvious levels to put their targets in, and they're usually almost always hit. Okay, because most of them are unsophisticated leverage traders that get leveraged out of the market because they're trading on 125x trades, and this is all designed on purpose to come in and eliminate your orders. And if you don't understand what I'm talking about, it's time we start doing our due diligance and research. Retail traders cannot trade the same as institutional investors because they don't have the same mindset built. They don't do the work and the time and the due diligence that it takes to learn these things. So you need the liquidity to come into these markets to sell. You need liquidity to buy. So that's something I want you to focus on, and learn more about liquidity ranges, stop losses, target zones, of potential sell walls and buy walls. Just due diligence and homework for you to do in the background. So our next possible range that we could see coming down to the downside is this 24 in the 22,000 range. In the 2022, this 24 is symbolic to the year of Jupiter we are in, which is tying us back into our latest ritual. We always see this 2 and the 4 in the Jupiter zodiac logo. We're in the year of Jupiter, the tiger stripe planet. We're in the year of the tiger. We see, the second youngest in the 2022 year, in the 2 year, Jason Tatum, matching the Kobe Bryant's number 24 at age 24, hits and reaches 1,500 points. Not surprising, we're in the year of the tiger. So both right there, Jupiter connections, you guys. Why do we see this? Okay, you tell me. Not surprising. Then we see Boston advance to go and play blue and yellow. We're keeping an eye on that blue and yellow. So it's not surprising that we see this take place. Very exoteric and all by the code, okay? In the 24 year, which is the Jupiter logo year, 2022 year, the 2 year, the second youngest player in NBA history to reach the 1,500 playoff points, the 15. So, not surprising and all by a code. Boston doesn't give us, it gives us a 22 in the 2022 year. That's amazing. Celtics, it gives us a 22 as well. Not surprising, honestly. I'm just gonna leave that right there. I like to share these connections that I feel worth educating you all on, and it's amazing to get other connections right there in live as well. I've just been paying attention to this blue and yellow with Kansas and the Ukraine war and Los Angeles winning, and I'm seeing these connections, and now Golden State's there. It's like I know why they're there, so it's very important. Paying attention to this next range, to the upside, that potential breakout to around 33K that we could get rejected from. That's important. That was a very important range right here. Obviously goes back to this range right here, 33K roughly, so we could get rejected right there, all the way up to this 47K. We know it was an obvious bull trap back here where we've been punished since. And if you were someone that bought my exit strategy and cryptocurrency guide, you were able to prepare yourself to exit the market at that 47K, and you were able to use that video and that content and course to prepare you for what to do with your altcoins as well. So anybody that got a hold of that, congratulations. You were ahead of the curve, and you were ready to reaccumulate this bottom right here. Again, even if it's not the bottom, you're sitting pretty right now. So it's amazing. It's amazing. All right, awesome. Let's see where we want to go from here, you guys. Let's find us a cleaner chart. There we go. Pull up some moving averages for you all. We'll go back to this Mercury retrograde and just delete this. All right, so pulling up some exponential movement averages. Boom, getting stopped out at this 34 exponential movement average. Not surprising. We know that tends to be a red hot zone. That's why we've got it labeled red and colored red right here. We're closing 2 dailies above the 21 exponential movement average, and that is bullish. That is awesome. We want to see multiple daily closes above this 21. We want to see this 8 flip the 8, which is the gray, the black, which is the 13. We want to see this 8 flip the 13, and both of them flip the 21, and then they get back above the 34. That's a super duper bullish Pioneer cross if we can get those 3 above this 34 and getting up to this 55K at right above that 34K, 33K. So very important. Keeping an eye on this RSI. Let's possibly pay attention for a retest of this trend. It's not a trend line. Maybe it is. Yeah. We can possibly see another retest of this trend line. So let's pay attention to that. A rejection from this area right here. It's very heated right here at the median. You see, we got up here, rejected. Got up here, above it, rejected. So multiple daily closes, and then some room on the weekly to get back above that 21, right there around that 38K. So, if we were to continue to pump up, from this trend line, that's about 49%, right there around that 38K. So very important on the weekly time frame. So let's see if we can get a retest in the near distant future of that 21 and get multiple daily closes above it for the weekly for Bitcoin. Moving averages are lagging indicators. They move slower than the price action. Remember that, and let's pay attention to that as well. Let's not forget that, okay? So, deleting that, let's have a look at that. Burst out the top side of the Bollinger Band. What? Okay, so 2 daily candle closes above the top side. That's showing us continuation to the top side. Very bullish. Coming out the new moon. Again, the 22nd week of the year yesterday. We know how important that 22 number is. Very important. We know how bullish the new moons can be. We know how bearish the the full moons can be. So again, very important. This could be a bull trap. Let's see what happens. So very important. This 111 exponential moving average is sitting there at around that 37K, that 3 sevens that symbolizes the 777, the jackpot in a casino, the 3 sevens. So, we're in the 7-year sabbatical cycle. 7 plus 7 plus 7 is 21. That ties us into Bitcoin and the 21 million coin supply. So let's pay attention to this. We hit our top on November 10th, the 111, the 111 date. So, let's pay attention to this 111-day exponential moving average. Okay. The 200 simple with the 55 simple with the 8 simple moving average. We want to see this 8, this red, cross back above this 55. That's a bullish Pioneer cross. And then, we want to see it all cross back above this 42K 200 simple moving average. We can really see some things get spicy around that 42K. Around that 44K. We're in the 42nd year of the Georgia Guidestones and the anniversary of the Georgia Guidestones. We know in Revelations they say the Antichrist reigns for 42 months. So I'm just saying. I'll shut up. So we know the last touch of this 200 simple moving average was right here 7 days before Satoshi Nakamoto's 47th birthday. 47 is the 15th prime. Okay, we're in the year of the tiger, 15. So why are we seeing all this take place? So very important. Undeniable, you guys. All right. 2 days ago on May 29th was the 149th day of the year. That's the 35th prime number. So we're going to pay attention. That's 3 times 5 is 15. Okay. So we're going to pay attention to that 35K range right here. Just looking to see if we can refill up here to this simple moving average of 55. This 55 simple moving average. Right here at 35K. Coming out the 149th day of the year, which is the 35th prime. 5 times 3 or 3 times 5 is 15. Okay, so very important. And continuing to make these important esoteric connections for you all. Alright, so let's go from our top of Bitcoin and make some important date connections. So from 11/10 to our upcoming date, it is June 2nd, the Platinum Jubilee banking holiday of the Queen Elizabeth. Something we've talked about for quite some time. We're definitely watching this potential volatile time period. It's very important that we pay attention to this. Okay, this 6226 connection, it obviously is irrefutable because it ties us back into God. Okay, so pay attention to that 17, 15, 55, and 10. Man gives us that same 17 and 10. Okay, Genesis 1:26-27 says we were made in the image of the Elohim. We know in our blood the 26th element is in our body. It is iron. Okay, it is in our blood. We are made up of the elements in the image of the Elohim. We are the electricity. Iron is the 26th element. It is in our blood. It is God. Okay, it has an atomic weight of 55. We got that 55 in God. Okay, so again, 5 plus 5 is 10. Same matching numerology as man. Okay, tying us back into ultimately carbon. The human body is carbon. It is mostly dark matter. Okay, it is the number one element in the human body, in the chemistry of our body, and every molecule in our body contains carbon. The atomic number of 6, resembling the 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons that make up every cell of every atom of our body. So the 666 is you, carbon, man. Okay? Mankind. So very important. Carbon, man. I'm giving you the 36, the 3 sixes. Undeniable. Okay? 3 times 6 is 18. Pay attention to, the 1 being the infinite connection to source, the matrix body, the Jesus body. Okay? Then the infinity symbol. 3 times 6 is 18. You're the Jesus body, the infinite connection to source. Something we share with you all. You can't make life without making love. Giving you 18. Okay, you are the Christ. Okay, giving you the 18, undeniable. The powerful connections we're making behind the scenes for y'all to how powerful you are, that nobody else is going to tell you this, Pioneer, so I had to. Okay, I'm just here, being the messenger. Don't hate on me. Don't shoot me. So going back to this 26 connection that we know is going to be very important on 2662 coming up June 2nd, the banking holiday of Queen Elizabeth. We know she was, she had her reign start on 6th of February, which is 62, or the coronation of 2nd of June, which is 26. She's highly tied to this 26 number, this 62. So we know she's in her 70th year reign since coronation. It's called her Platinum Jubilee. We're in the Shemitah year, giving us that 70. So I'm keeping an eye out for a potential 70 to 72K Bitcoin in the near distant future. It's all about the sevens, baby. It's all tying back into Judaism, giving us that 77. So very important. Undeniable. Seeing this 2662 connection coming up with the banking holiday, closely watching it, and I'll honestly be glad to see it transition and pass through, because I'm kind of tired of talking about it. I'm tired of making these infinite connections to it that I find very, very important. Potential volatility coming in, and I want to prepare you all for it ahead of time. Not to say which way it's going to go, it doesn't matter. It's not about predictions. It's about just preparing you and keeping you all potentially safe. That's the only thing that matters. So let's go ahead and continue to make this connection to today from our top. Boom. We know it's obviously 202 days coming out of yesterday, our new moon, which was 201 days. We know how important that event 201 is, making this 6 months, 20 days. Again, that 62 connection. This day added to 62. Bitcoin hit 69K. So, this was the 314th day of the year, leaving 51 days. That 1551 connection always coming back 3.14 to pi. In the year, all about the sevens. We just know how powerful this connection is. The 150th day of the year, yesterday, giving us the 15. Okay, so undeniable how powerful we see this. 5 times 3 is 15. Take place, bringing us back up bullish in the price charts yesterday, up 7% on average across all the charts. It's very, very astonishing to see this take place. All right here in the 2022 year, unmistakably. As to why we're seeing this, it's remarkable. It's all by the code, pre-programmed to an algorithmic code or organic synchronicity that we're able to prepare you for and share with you all by just being able to be in touch with the cosmos and the divine. Who knows? So, very interesting. I'm excited, you guys. Some of my funnest work to do yet has been this week's, weekly technical analysis and market psychology video. We know yesterday was May is actually the 3rd month of the year, so we know yesterday was actually again that 33 that we've shared with you all before. We made so many 33 connections, or 137, which is the 33rd prime number. So to see this pump come in again yesterday on the new moon, which was actually the 3rd month, 30th day, drop to 0, giving us that 33. Well, that's one more important connection that we'll just do a vertical line on this day, and try and always remember moving forward as to why we saw this take place. So very important. We know right now they're calling for the likes of a Bretton Woods conference and the new Bretton Woods agreement, and it's very, very important that we pay attention to the economic turmoil and tension in the markets right now. Oh wow, look at that. I was just rambling, looking for some kind of connection, and we see from the highs, of our first touch of 47K before Satoshi Nakamoto's 47th birthday, we see that 62 days leading into June 2nd. Awesome. So very important. all my pioneers yesterday in the group chat and the Pioneer Cryptonaire community, they were able to see the importance of yesterday when I was able to share it with them and prepare them for a possible 33k Bitcoin yesterday on 330. Okay, so very important. I tried to share with people updates yesterday while I was working in real time to be with you as much as I can always. Yesterday was Memorial Day, which equals 33 when we type it out in numerology and gematria. Again, being the third month on the 30th day, dropped to 0 to 33, and we see a retest of almost $33,000 yesterday, getting stopped out at 32,200, the 322. So it's not surprising when we view all this through the lenses of the elite at a 30,000 foot overview, and not the perception of someone sharing a Twitter meme. Okay, so it's very important we see this. We know we were looking to break out of our 31,400 pi range, and we got that, okay? And if you're someone that's very interested in getting involved in the free Pioneer group chat, then, hit us up down below, in the comment section down below. Send me a friend request. Contact me on MeWe, Truth Social, Rumble, Facebook, etc. Follow us at the Daily Candle Close News right here on Facebook, or Honest Abe on Rumble, capital H, capital A, the AB3, Abe spelt with a 3. I'm just here to help you not become rich, but to teach you you're already rich, you're already wealthy, and how to teach you to protect your hard-earned money and things that you've already achieved in life. I know there's a lot of very beautiful people out there that I'd hate to see fall victim to the plans of these world-elected elite right now. So go back and watch this experimental video that we did on the chakras on the Daily Candle Close News, and get a feeling for, who we are. And follow us at Honest Abe on Rumble. Or, don't follow us at all. We don't care. We're winning regardless. We've got the mindset to win. And we know the future isn't meant for everybody. So pull us up, give us a checkout. And, say what you mean, but don't say it mean. But share this content with like-minded, high consciousness beings if you choose to. Something I never asked for you to do. We know our worth, and we know we're going to be monetized one day, and we know big things are coming. We're doing the work in the background, and hopefully you're all able to see us grow in the journey we've made here in 3 years. Hopefully it's been helpful for you. So, again, I never asked for you to share the word or hit the like button or anything, but, we'll go ahead and continue on. We know one thing we talked about lately in our chakra video was, following the trend, okay? The trend is our friend. And when we see the Dow Jones, we know we bounced it from our trend line. Like it's a multi-year trend line for over a decade, but where is the liquidity that's been coming into the Dow Jones? Where's it at for Bitcoin? Yeah, over the last 24 hours it's been bullish, but we know why. It's the new moon. It's typical. It's it's something we see every month. Okay, so where's this extra liquidity that we should be seeing? Shouldn't we be seeing more of it? It's something we've talked about tonight. So a push up to 33k, that 37, possibly that 42, 44k, anything other than that right now, a breakout to that 51k, that's a little much for me right now. Am I bullish? I'm bullish when I pull a fib up from our December 4th lows, and our liquidation event that took place, and I see that we perfectly retested this 618 in this apparent spring. So it's kind of hard to see, but if you were to see the bottom of this wick, it's coming in perfectly right here at where this 1618 is, when we were to pull a bearish retrace pull from this wick right here to the top at 69k. And I'm bullish right now, to be quite frank. Not financial advice, but I've been bullish the whole time we've been dipping, because we've been hitting accumulation targets that we've had set in place for months. Okay, so we know we're in the Shemitah year, so We'll have to continue to see how this plays out, but we've been in a apparent downtrend for damn near 6 months. We can't fall straight down, okay? So as we get closer to Shemitah ending in September, I'm really starting to see this market heat up again. Sell in May, walk away. Remember to return in September, and may December shine like gold come December. May September shine like gold come December. So saying September is where we tend to get our highs. Okay, so this banking holiday around June 2nd and June 3rd coming up, we're going to pay attention to it. That's going to be our next 2 big days, is that June 3rd date. Something we're going to make important connections to before we get off of here. Okay, is the 6-3. Tying it back into we're actually going to tie it this way into the end of the Shemitah today. Alright, we see this 323 automatically off the rip. That's a prime and a Fibonacci number. Very important. Off the rip, the 233. 2 times 33 is 66, so very important. It's 115 days. We know we get that 115 in Lucifer, in Trinity. Okay, we know this day adds up to 77. Very important, being then a day that leaves 96 days left in the year. As above, so below of the 69K Bitcoin hit. Could we be seeing a 69K around this time, or a 96K? Who knows? Around a 77K, a 72K. Let's pay attention. All right, this day, June 3rd, gives us 51 and 15. Very exoteric, okay? But this 211 and 211 could be very important and very volatile, okay? Giving us that 112, the mirror of 221. All this ties us back into is Judaism. Again, you guys, that's 77. So we're going to pay attention to this June 3rd date coming up. And, it's this after the start of the banking holiday. It's the last day of Mercury stationed in retrograde. So, all something we've talked about tonight. Just very important. Let's pay attention to these connections, okay? So, it's, I know a lot of people they're worried about could we see a possible pushback down to the downside. And it's like, this could still get a lot worse, yeah. And I'm not saying that it won't, you guys, or that it will. All that matters is that you don't allow it to affect you. This is the greatest time in human history to be alive, to be pioneers. Let's not get caught up in the distractions of wheel slapping Chris or, Johnny versus Amber. Anything we're seeing with the moon key pox or all the nonsense, Don't trip when we see these market sell-offs. Just buy the dip, not financial advice. Just keep your head held high and your toes 10 toes down, your chest poked out, and hold your bags with diamond hands. Get that investor mindset and be here for the long run. Don't just jump into this market planting apple trees, trying to eat apples tomorrow, trying to get rich and quit your jobs. Develop a mindset and a strategy to become an investor, a 5, 10, 20-year investor that can change the lives of millions one day. It's never about the millions in your bank account. Come on, sell your art instead. Know your worth. Cut out frivolous spending. Build passive income. That's how you become a millionaire during a financial economic collapse that we're going through. I understand that it doesn't feel good to watch your portfolio and your cryptos and your hard-earned money to go down 80-95% in 3 days. I've been there time and time again over the last 4+ years. But here, we've been teaching all of you pioneers how to prepare for these shakeout fakeouts that lead into manipulation, liquidations, capitulation events. Okay? Don't trip. You're already rich, you're already wealthy. You're already abundant. And that's why pioneers here at the Daily Candle Close News, they're winning. They're making money work for them. so they can snap out of this subconscious mindset and out of this lifestyle of just being broke. The entire world went from working a 9 to 5 to working a 9 to 7 and are working all day now, pioneers. But they aren't working on themselves. What? The entire world's focused on WAP videos, TikToks, and sporting events instead of being the best that they can be and evolving. Can I get a hello? You can become a millionaire, sure, but while you're financially watching your financial status increase, who are you becoming mentally? It should never be about the millions you have in the bank, but about the millions you're gonna help one day. Can I get a hello? What you believe in your hearts and speak in your minds will eventually become your words and your reality one day. And what you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mindset. And what gets ingrained in your subconscious mindset, it becomes an unconscious action and an unconscious activity. And I've always wanted mine to be just guideful and helpful and nurturing to others. I love you, pioneers. Take care and God bless. Pioneers rise. Build your legacy and build your fortress.